The last soldier to die in a trench war died in 1918. The first soldier to be killed by a drone died in 2001. And since that moment, war has never been the same. What changed wasn't just the weapons. What changed was everything. Who fights, how they fight, where they fight, and who gets to decide when the killing starts. This is the story of how modern warfare transformed in just 20 years.
For most of human history, war meant bodies, soldiers, boots on the ground, physical presence. You had to be there to fight. Then came the 21st century, and war began to separate itself from the human body. Today, a pilot in Nevada can fire a missile into a compound in Pakistan. He eats lunch at his desk. He drives home to his family. And thousands of miles away, someone is dead. That distance changed the psychology of war. It lowered the cost for the aggressor. It made the decision to strike feel less like war and more like a procedure. Drone warfare didn't just add a new weapon. It removed the human from the kill chain. That is a fundamental shift.
The United States launched its first armed drone strike in 2001. Since then, the technology has exploded. By 2023, over 50 countries operated armed drones. Not just superpowers, small nations, non-state actors, rebel groups. The barrier to entry collapsed. In the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh War, Azerbaijan destroyed Armenia's entire tank force in just 44 days. Not with jets, not with infantry, with Turkish Bayraktar TB2 drones that cost a fraction of what they destroyed. Armenia lost the war before a single soldier captured a single city. That changed everything military planners thought they knew about armored warfare. The drone is no longer a niche tool of superpowers. It is the new artillery. Cheap, precise, available to anyone with the budget and the ambition.
Modern warfare doesn't only happen in the sky. It happens in code. In 2010, a computer worm called Stuxnet was discovered inside Iran's nuclear facilities. It wasn't dropped from a plane. It wasn't fired from a gun. It was a piece of software, and it physically destroyed centrifuges used to enrich uranium. No explosion, no soldiers, no declaration of war, just code, doing what bombs used to do.
Stuxnet set Iran's nuclear program back by an estimated 2 years. And to this day, no country has officially claimed responsibility for it. That is the nature of cyber warfare. You can attack a nation and deny everything. Since Stuxnet, cyber operations have become standard practice. Power grids have been targeted, elections have been influenced, bank systems have been crippled. The battlefield now includes every computer on Earth.
There is another front, even less visible than cyberspace: the information space. In previous wars, propaganda was printed on leaflets and dropped from planes. Today, it is pushed through algorithms, directly into the pocket of every citizen. Modern militaries understand this. They have entire units dedicated not to killing the enemy, but to shaping what the enemy believes. Russia's use of information operations in Ukraine, before the tanks even moved, is now studied in every military academy in the world. Social media, false narratives, fabricated footage. The goal: paralyze the enemy's will before the first shot is fired. Sun Tzu said it 2,500 years ago. The supreme art of war is to defeat the enemy without fighting. Modern militaries are taking that more literally than ever. For most of history, war was blunt. Cities were bombed, civilians were killed, infrastructure was destroyed. Collateral damage was accepted as the cost of conflict. Modern precision weapons changed the debate.
laser-guided bombs, GPS-guided missiles, targeted drone strikes. The claim that you can now hit exactly what you want, and only what you want.
The United States military now has munitions accurate to within 1 meter, from 30,000 feet in the air. 1 meter. That is the length of a man's arm. But precision didn't eliminate civilian casualties. It just changed how they were explained. Every strike became a surgical operation. Every death became a tragic but unavoidable outcome. Precision gave militaries a new vocabulary. It didn't give them a clean conscience. Another seismic shift. The enemy is no longer always a nation. It isn't always wearing a uniform. It doesn't always have a capital city you can bomb into submission. Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis. These groups reshaped the nature of the threat. They fight without territory, without fixed supply lines. They blend into civilian populations. They use the world's media as part of their strategy. And they forced the most powerful militaries on Earth to rethink everything. The United States spent 20 years and trillions of dollars in Afghanistan, fighting an enemy without fighter jets, without tanks, without a navy. And in August 2021, that enemy watched the last American C-17 leave Kabul. The lesson was painful and clear. Superior technology does not guarantee victory. It never has. The competition has moved beyond the sky. It has moved into orbit. GPS, communications, intelligence, navigation. Every modern military depends on satellites, and now major powers are developing weapons specifically designed to destroy those satellites. China tested an anti-satellite missile in 2007. Russia tested one in 2021. Space, once imagined as a realm of cooperation, is becoming a battlefield. And then there are hypersonic missiles, weapons that travel at speeds above Mach 5, so fast that existing missile defense systems cannot intercept them, so fast that the warning time before impact is measured in minutes, not hours, minutes. Russia, China, and the United States are all racing to deploy them. Whoever leads in this race changes the military balance of the entire planet. And now, the next revolution is already here. Artificial intelligence is entering warfare. AI-powered systems that can identify targets, autonomous drones that can navigate without a human pilot, algorithms that can analyze battlefield data faster than any general ever could. In 2021, a United Nations report suggested that an autonomous drone may have already attacked humans in Libya without explicit human command. No confirmation, no denial, but the implications shook the military world. We may be approaching the moment when a machine decides to kill without a human pulling the trigger. The laws of war were written for humans. They are not ready for what is coming. War has always been a mirror of human civilization. It reflects our technologies, our politics, our fears. In 1914, it reflected steam and steel. In 1945, it reflected the atom. In 2001, it began to reflect the algorithm. The wars of the next 20 years will be fought in the sky, in cyberspace, in orbit, in the information streams that flow through your phone. Some of them may not look like wars at all, until it is too late to look away. The weapons change, the geography changes, but the fundamental truth never does. War costs, always. The only question is, who pays? If this story moved you, you are watching War and Military History, where every conflict has a cause, every border has a cost, and every war leaves something behind. Subscribe and stay with us, because history is never truly over.